I'm going to take the phone call of one of the best running backs in the National Football League. As a matter of fact, Pro Football Focus, I saw their tweet. This gentleman leads the NFL in all running backs for first down rushes, 25, touchdowns rushes, rushing touchdowns, 6, 21 missed tackles forced by him, and 269 yards after contact yards. Those are leading the National Football League of the Minnesota Vikings, fresh off of his 2-touchdown, 130-yard performance, fresh off of his 181-yard performance. He's Dalvin Cook. How are you, Dalvin?
How you doing, Rich?
Better for talking to you, Dalvin Cook. Better for talking to you. To what do you owe the last couple of weeks? You've gotten in the end zone in previous weeks, but you've really kicked it up a notch in terms of the rushing yards. To what do you owe this, Dalvin?
It's all credit to the O-line receivers, getting this thing done. And, our season hasn't started how we wanted it to start, but, we just kept chipping away, and guys just been working and been getting some yards out there for me. And I've just been in attack mode, trying to get a win and get this thing rolling for us. And the coach has been doing a great job of staying on us.
Well, in terms of the offense, do you feel like a switch has been flipped that we didn't see, say, in Indianapolis or in Week 1 against Green Bay? Would you say that, Dalvin Cook?
Yeah, it was just really about the time of possession, and Coach Zim gave us a heads up before this thing even started. It was going to be about time of possession in all these games. And the first couple of games, we got behind so fast to we had to throw the ball pretty much the whole game. And, that's not us. That's not staying in rhythm and staying on schedule. And, that's when we got out of whack. And I think these last couple of games, we've been able to grind it out and, keep Kurt in some manageable situations so he can make some throws, and that's how we be successful.
Well, in terms of, running the ball more, as you mentioned, that Mike Zimmer stresses it. Is that something that was told to you, say, before Week 3 in Tennessee? Or did you just get in the huddle and go, okay, that's another one for me? How does that work, Dalvin?
Yeah, it's kind of going with the flow, But we all know, Coach Zim want to play good defense, run the football and manage that clock, limit the other team possession. So we knew what was going on. We knew we wasn't getting as many possessions. So we knew we had to run the football to keep teams honest more. And I think we've been doing a great job these last few weeks.
And being 0-3, what was the conversation amongst you and your teammates 0-3 heading onto that field against an equally 0-3 and desperate team in Houston?
Yeah, it was a reality check. Everybody, look each other in the mirror and hold your brother responsible. And, I like about this team because, we could have easily said we 0-3, things not going our way, we're going to hang our heads. But I seen this team come back to work, after a tough loss when we played Tennessee, and just do nothing but accept the coaching and just go out there and work. And, we got the results that we needed.
Well, when you say results, it's not just results that you needed on the field and results that you needed in terms of a stat sheet. It's also results that you needed in the coronavirus. The fact that Tennessee starts testing positive and then there's an outbreak and your vectors cross with theirs on the field. What was your first thought when you heard about Tennessee starting to test positive with alarming numbers, Dalvin?
Yeah, it was scary. I definitely don't take this thing lightly. I take it as serious as I can. I try to be as safe as I can, and I pray for those guys that that got it. And it was scary for us because we was out there banging with those guys, sweating with those guys, and you never know how this thing can get in your body. So we was always alert of the coronavirus, but playing a team that contracted so many viruses was scary for us.
Well, and again, I'm being tested every couple of weeks, and I get the test results back on my cell phone and an email, and it takes about a second and a half before the avatar or photograph that says that you're either positive or negative to pop up. And I just look at that thing, and it's a very long second. I'm not going to lie to you. And all I've got to do is just a broadcast, not play a football game and get ready for a football game. The uncertainty, how did that play on your team as you were getting ready for the Texans, Dalvin?
last week overall was crazy because we had to go different protocols, and we had to take the 2 tests. The test we had to wait for to go inside the building each morning, and then we had to take the test for our daily test. So, just waiting for that test to get your results back, you're kind of anxious, you nervous. It's just the whole thing is a new normal for us, and we still adapting even though it's week 5. So, waiting for those results and just being in that environment is it's different for us.
And again, I asked this question of you. I mean, you're a Pro Bowl caliber player. You're as big a name out there in the NFL today, Dalvin. And so I'll ask this question of you, and I would ask it of any player I have on. But your opinion is considerable here, because fans are asking me when they hear, again, Stephon Gilmore tests positive today in New England. We're seeing more tests coming back positive from Tennessee after a couple days of negative, and some fans are saying, would the NFL just stop for a week or two to get everything settled and get everybody negative again and start again, because we saw 3 straight weeks after a training period where everyone was negative. How would you respond to that in Minnesota as a player in the NFL? If somebody just came to you and said, hey, I know you're all negative, and I know you just got through that week, and I know you just got to win, but we're stopping for a couple weeks. How would you respond to that, Dalvin?
I'm with whatever to keep everybody safe, and that's the main thing. Before the season started, I know the league and the NFLPA was kind of bumping heads because they had to come agreements on the protocol, but I'm with whatever the league comes up with to keep everybody safe, because that's what it comes to at the end of the day. Because you had guys opt out to keep themselves safe, and you had guys that stayed into this thing to play. To say I'm accepting the league protocol, and I definitely believe it's going to keep me safe. So whatever protocol that they have set up for us moving forward, I'm all for it if it's going to keep us safe.
And just Dalvin Cook here on the Rich Eisen Show. And then again, just your journey in general. You struck it. You finally got that long-term contract after, again, a journey from Florida State. You weren't drafted as high as your talent deserved. And now here you are, a top running back in the National Football League, not just in terms of statistics, but in terms of your contract. What was that moment like for you to get that $60+ million deal placed in front of you for your John Hancock, Dalvin Cook?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Some days I wake up and it still feel like a dream that I'm living in. And like you said, my journey. It has had some bumps in the road. Injury here. Like you said, the draft process, everything that came with it. I just wanted to work. After all those things, I just wanted to go back on the field and just work as hard as I can. And if anybody listening to this, I just put the hard work in. Don't worry about the end outcome. Just put your head down. Every day. It's gonna be some tough days. Just go to work, and you ain't gonna get the outcome you want some days, but you keep working. Things will fall through for you.
And in terms of, again, we're living crazy times, Dalvin, obviously, and your contract, you get it on or signing it, or it's official on a Saturday. You got to play the Packers to kick off week 1 in a pandemic on a Sunday. That said, did you buy anything? Did you get anything for anybody to celebrate, or somebody that's important to you that deserved something based on their support of you? Anybody in that respect, Dalvin?
Yeah, I got my mom and my dad back home, and I haven't purchased anything yet, because I'm really not a guy big of expense or expensive guy. I'm a low maintenance person, but I'm definitely going to buy my mom and my dad a new home. Once it's time, and that was definitely one of my goals when I was growing up, to always redirect where my mom and dad was living. So that's still the thing on my agenda.
So that's what you grew up saying, I want to get to the NFL and help my parents and get a better life for them.
Yes, sir.
And now
yes, sir.
You're going to achieve that. That is so amazing, Dalvin. There's just no other way to put it.
I appreciate it.
Just amazing,
yes, sir.
Dalvin Cook. Amazing. And let's just, in a few minutes I have left, let's give the Vikings fans some hope out there, Dalvin. As you know, the Skol chants are just piped in these days. So what can we glean here? I mean, from this W and Cousins finding Thielen with more regularity, the kid from LSU, Justin Jefferson, beginning to flash, you getting the end zone and putting together some rushing yards of triple digits. Is this a turnaround here for the Vikes?
Yeah, Viking fans, all the fans, that tune into the Vikings, this team right here is a different team that they're used to seeing over the years. We got different players, young players. We got guys stepping in different roles. And, it's been a different offseason. So, being patient as they can with us, and, we're going to get this thing turned around. And I think, Sunday was a good example of us gaining confidence for the younger guys, for the whole team. And, moving forward, you got guys, like I said, young guys stepping up, and they know they can make that play. And they seen the play being made, So just be patient with us, man. We're working, and, we're going to get this thing turned around and start winning some more football games for you guys.
Does Kirk hear the media footsteps? Does he? I mean, you ever have these conversations with him offline that I'm asking you now to bring online? Does he hear it?
Yeah, being around Kirk, this is a realistic answer. Being around Kirk, I think Kirk does a great job of blocking out the noise. And, I think being at the quarterback position, you can take as much as you can because, that's the position that they held to the highest standard. And, Kirk does a great job of just coming back to work and blocking out the noise. So, I think he definitely hears it. But, that's why I love Kirk so much. He blocks the noise out and just go back to work.
Well, this is a big week. Nationally televised games, Sunday Night Football doesn't get much bigger than that. Do you sense it when it leads up to it, and you know that eyes are on you when you get out there, Dalvin? You know it.
Yeah, you got to kind of keep the emotions in check. You ready to play on a Tuesday, Wednesday. You got to kind of keep the emotions in check. It's going to be a long week, and we know this is a big week. We know the team we playing. We've been playing this team for about 3 years now since I've been here, and we just looking to go out there and play a clean football game and win a game and come back to Minnesota. And that's just not going to take me saying it. That's going to take a hard work of preparation all week and, going out there and getting it done.
Well, not to add any extra pressure, Dalvin Cook, but I think you can handle this information. My son Xander, 12 years old, you were the first overall selection for him, fourth in his fantasy draft. I'm the commissioner of this league. I see all the trade offers that he receives. The number of trade offers he's received for your services that have been rejected, I've lost count. He loves him some Dalvin Cook. So Zan wanted me to give you a shout out. The Joey Specials is the name of the team. You don't just play for the Vikings, Dalvin. You play for the Joey Specials as well. Okay? Just want to let you know.
Shout out to the Joey Specials, man. Shout out to the little man.
Yeah,
I appreciate it for having me on this team.
You got it. Yeah, Zan loves Dalvin Cook. He does. He also loves Aaron Jones. That's why his fantasy team's better than his dad's, to be very honest with you right now, but it's all good. It's all good. Thanks for the call, Dalvin. And thanks for doing it.
I appreciate you, Rich, all the time.
Always.
All the time.
You got it. Right back at you. That's Dalvin Cook. That's Dalvin Cook. Another guy whose world we are paying rent in right now. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.